high school, I was competing at this huge cross-country meet. Almost the entire district was there. And right at the end, I was coming out of the woods, and I was crossing this huge field to get to the finish line, and the audience waiting for me. And I hear this chick coming up behind me out of the woods, and she's trying to overtake me in the last 300 yards of the race. And I was like, no! And I took off like I was in the Hunger Games, and I was Katniss Everdeen, and I was winning. And then my brain said, hey, Kate, if we keep up this pace, we're going to throw up. And I said, shut up, brain, we have to win. But then, right as I got to the finish line, just a foot before it, I felt my knees involuntarily lock, and my body just spewed out all the contents of my breakfast, and the crowd audibly gasped as she just swooshed past me with her hands in the air. This guy I had a crush on came over to me and said, whoa, Kate, that was crazy. I had a front row seat to all of it. Did you know your puke is black? It looked like you were spewing motor oil.
Story time! So back in the day when me and my best friend were in college together, we didn't have the same classes or anything, but we went to the same college. This was about to be her first year in college, and this was my second year in college. We were supposed to meet up because, we were supposed to have this experience together. And also so I could help her out so she wouldn't be too lost. I'm waiting for her in the parking lot when I hear my phone ring and I answer. She's crying uncontrollably, so I can't really understand what she's saying. All I could understand was, I hit a girl right now. I don't know what to do. I didn't see her, so I hit her. Bro, my heart dropped. She ran over a girl. Oh my God, she's gonna go to jail for this. Where are you? Where are you? I need to go find you right now. Where are you? She lets me know where she's at. I run to where she's at. And I see her car. I see her bumper hanging off. I'm looking for the girl and I can't find her. I asked what's going on. She says she got in a car accident. I'm over here thinking she's a murderer.
My friend has a new suitor at the moment, and she was like, he's super hot, let me show you his Instagram. And then she pulls up his Instagram, and she was like, actually, this picture's not great, let me find you another one. And she showed me another one. She was like, this one's also not great, let me show you another one. And she showed me all these pictures, and finally she was like, his Instagram just doesn't do him justice, but he's super attractive. And I was like, okay, good for you. And then I was at her apartment the other day, and he came over, and like... he is so beautiful. I can't even... he's like a sunset. His pictures don't do him justice. Not great. But when you see him in person, you're like, whoa, everybody needs to see this. He's so beautiful.
I know there's a lot of young kids here on TikTok, so this might blow your mind. Back in the day, we had to pay for text messages. They were literally like 25 cents each. Unlimited who? Not me. We couldn't be wasting text messages on Kate, on hey babe, period. We had to write a whole paragraph with everything we had to say, and hopefully you didn't have any questions to ask, because hey, I might not respond, because maybe I reached my limit. Oh, but if you went over the limit, each text message was like 50 to 75 cents. That's like a whole McDonald's meal right there. You better call me to tell me you love me, because I ain't gonna pay 50 to 75 cents to hear that, boo. Would you think I am rich? Anyways, I started dating this ratchet boyfriend. We only dated for like 4 days. Within those 4 days, I went over my limit. Oh, but not just like 2 text messages over my limit. Oh no, $600 over the limit. When my dad opened that bill, those $600 over what he already paid a month bill, he almost got a heart attack. He was deceased. He was dead in his grave, cold as ice, no heartbeat in sight. This man was shooketh. He said, come here. Who did you text as much? Keep in mind, he didn't know I had a boyfriend. Papi, I'm sorry. I was just texting my friend and I didn't know. Oh, you didn't know that you texted about 1,600 text messages? Back then, that was outrageous. He said in a calm, collective voice, a voice my dad never has had in his life. That's how I knew that was the end of my life. He said, you have 2 weeks to bring that money to the house. I don't care what you gotta do, but you gonna pay that bill today. So I was working at this dollar store. I was making like 20 bucks a day. I begged them for like overtime. It took me like 4 months to pay all that off.
I was making a pork chop last night. A single pork chop at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. It was 10 o'clock and I had the munchies, so I was making a single pork chop and the whole house smelled of pork chop. So my roommate comes out of her room and she was like, isn't it a little late to be making a pork chop? And I was like, okay, first off, I was not aware that we started snack shaming in this household. And second, no, 10 p.m. is not too late to eat a pork chop, okay? We already have so many rules surrounding meats. It's like bacon. Bacon's a breakfast meat, and sausage is a breakfast meat, and we have a whole array of meats called lunch meats, and you eat those at specific times a day. And pork chop, that is a late evening meat, and you can't take that away from me. I was at a friend's house staying the night, and they had this huge wardrobe in the corner, and as I was sitting in the room alone, I was just looking at this wardrobe like, whew, I feel snoopy, and I wanted to look in it, but I didn't, because that felt really rude. I didn't want to infringe on their privacy when they were letting me stay in their home. But here's what I did think. When I have my own house, I'm going to get a wardrobe like that, and I'm going to fill it with a ton of really creepy dolls. Because how great would it be if you were staying in someone's house and you were snooping and you came across all these dolls? And why stop there? Like, I want to get a jar of eyeballs or like a cow brain or something and put it in my bathroom cabinet. And I also think it would be cool to get a life-size mannequin and hide it behind the shower curtain. Like, I wanna booby trap my house for snoopers.
Am I wrong for ruining my sister-in-law's gender reveal? So I, 31 male, have 3 beautiful daughters, 7, 5, and 2, which for some reason people in my life think I'm not completely happy with. If I had $1 for every time I heard, I bet you wish you had a son, or are you ever gonna try again for a boy, I'd be a millionaire. Look, if my wife got pregnant again and had a boy, my reaction would be the same as the other 3. In my opinion, as long as your child is healthy, who honestly cares? The worst and most annoying people towards my wife, give me a son, are my sister-in-law, 29, who has 4 boys and now pregnant with her 5th child, and my mother-in-law. Last Sunday, we were at my mother-in-law's for Sunday lunch, and my sister-in-law said after dessert to come out to the back garden as they had a balloon to announce the gender of their new baby. Well, long story short, she is having another boy. After everyone congratulated her, she made her way to us and said, I bet you wish just once it would be blue for you guys, then turned to my wife and said, it's never too late to try again. It royally pissed me off because my oldest was in earshot. I turned to her and said, well, actually, Alice, I wouldn't give one of my daughters dirty socks for what boys wear in Europe, and the fact that you base your love on your child's gender says a lot about you as a mother. I don't need a son, so I suggest you take your advice and stick it. She stuttered for a second and then burst into tears, saying I was putting her and her kids down. The mood was ruined, and after that, we left. Since then, my in-law said she deserves an apology, and it's been a long-running joke, so I shouldn't have driven my sister-in-law to tears.
I was hanging out with a friend the other day, and their toddler was snuggling up next to me, nuzzling their little face into my arm, and I just thought, oh, that's so sweet. But then upon further inspection, she was actually just wiping boogers onto my sleeve.